The One Piece paradox. Something that isn't really real and I just made up because it really sounds cool. Basically, what the One Piece paradox is that you have two types of people in this world. People who have watched One Piece and love it, and people who have never seen the show and absolutely despises it. Personally, I feel like you can guess which side of the coin I am on, but for someone who despises it, I actually knew someone like that. My friend, Aiden. He absolutely despised the show for its long episodes and its draining arcs. He thought the pacing was horrible, and I can't even lie, it kinda is, but he always refused to watch the show. This was until randomly he texted me, hey, I'm gonna go start One Piece. And after that moment, little by little, days after days, months after months, Aiden would start texting me, hey, Sky PO is pretty cool. Hey, Marineford was pretty cool. Hey, I'm on Wano. This is like the best story I've ever seen. Basically, what I'm trying to say is everyone hates One Piece until you give it a chance. Yes, I do get that there are some people who watch the story and it genuinely just isn't for them. Personally, what I think is that if you watch One Piece and you get to Arlong Park and you just don't resonate with the story at all and you just don't like it, you're just not going to like the rest of the show. The entire show is basically going to a land that has a dictator and liberating it. That's basically all it is. And if you don't like that, you're not going to like One Piece. But for the other people that do like it, you got a cool adventure in store for you. Another example is this really famous YouTuber. I'm sure most of you guys know him, Moist Critical. He kind of let his viewers in on his One Piece journey, and he watched it over the course of a couple of years. He was genuinely against it to start it off. He said, oh, this is just a show I'm gonna watch when I fall asleep. I'm really not interested in the story. Especially since there's over 1,000 episodes. It seems so daunting when you're at the 100. But then little by little, he loved the show. Yes, he kind of disliked the show for some of its aspects. And I do agree with him. The Sanji nosebleeds get too much and Brooks jokes just get too much at some point. But recently, he just finished Wano and he can agree that is like one of the greatest stories ever told. And to go back to my last point, that is everyone's biggest concern with One Piece, I feel, is that the characters don't really change that much. They are the same person they were at episode 100 than they are at episode 1000. That was the biggest complaint from my friend before he watched One Piece. He was like, I see these clips of our favorite characters on like episode 1000 and they act the complete same. And I do agree their kind of interaction with each other kind of stay the same. But if you see the character arcs that they have went through to get to that moment, they do not seem like the same character in the slightest. I got a little off track and I realized that I haven't talked about the One Piece paradox at all. But here it is. Basically, everyone hates One Piece until you watch it. And once you watch it and you get through the entire story, you don't realize how people hated it in the first place. And people that haven't watched it think that you're just crazy and you just put so much time into the show that you don't want to admit that it's bad. And people that have watched it think the people that haven't watched it are just stupid for not giving it a chance just because it's long. So it kind of creates this paradox of like, if you watch it, you think it's like the best thing ever, but if you haven't watched it, you think it's a horrible show and it's too long. So what side of the coin are you on, huh? Are you gonna watch One Piece? You should. It really is a good story. It's not for everyone though. It's not for everyone though, but it was for me. It was for me. It's a really good show.